Okay, in human being, Y chromosome is responsible for the development of male organism. The recent research on Y chromosome that is revealed that there are many genes are present in Y chromosome which have potential genetic function. See, the genes which are present on the Y chromosomes may not be present on its the counterpart chromosome called X chromosome. I said earlier, remember this, the 46 chromosomes are present as pair like this. This is in a small example I am telling like this. So, like this, the 22 pairs of chromosomes are there, that is autosomal chromosome. Last pair is called X and Y chromosome in the case of male. This counterpart chromosome, right, these are X and Y counterpart chromosome, they exchange their genetic material during the process of crossing over and recombination process. During the process of crossing over recombination, the exchange of gene occurs between the X and Y chromosome. So, here the genes present here in the X chromosome may not be present here on the Y chromosome. So, the homologous, actually this pair is called homologous pair. The pair of chromosome is called homologous pair. So, like how many homologous pair of chromosome present in human being? 23 pairs of homologous chromosomes are there. But how many n number of chromosomes are there? How many sets of chromosomes are there in human being? 2 set, 2 n number. So, here if you take the Y chromosome structure for example, here in the both the end of Y chromosome, at the corner or end of the Y chromosome, the genes which are present here, the similar type of genes may be present on the Y chromosome also. So, these chromosomes present on the X chromosome and the Y chromosome may exchange their genetic material during the process of gametogenesis, and that occurs during recombination process, right. This end we call this as the pseudo autosomal regions, is called PAR. Okay, it is called pseudo autosomal regions. So, only the pseudo autosomal regions may exchange their gene or genetic material at the time of gamete formation in the case of gametogenesis process, right, in the case of male. This is only about 5% of the Y chromosome, but the remaining 95% of the Y chromosome has this region. It is called, the remaining 95% is called non-combining regions of Y. It is called NRY. The remaining 95% of the Y chromosome is called non-combining regions of Y. These non-combining regions equally divided into two portions. One is called euchromatin. One is called euchromatin. Another portion is called heterochromatin. Another portion is called heterochromatin. So, this euchromatin is the actual functional portion of the Y chromosome, and the heterochromatin region is the non-functional portion of the Y chromosome. See, the non-combining regions of Y has two portions. One is called euchromatin, another one is called heterochromatin. This euchromatin has the gene for the determination of the maleness, and here heterochromatin is a condensed form right? It is a condensed form. So this euchromatin region has the genes for the development of testicles. This is a gene for the development of testicles. So the genes present the Y chromosome is called sex determining, this is called sex determining regions of Y, or it is called SRY. So the SRY is the actual functional portion of the Y chromosome. This SRY region, sex determining regions of Y, is responsible for the formation of some, that is testicular regions, and the genes are determining this or formation of this testicular region. So it is called a testicle determining factor. The genes which are present in the sex determining region of Y is called testis determining factor, which is responsible for the development of the testis in the case of male. This portion is absent in the case of X chromosome. This region is absent in the case of X chromosome. So it is very clear that the Y chromosome is responsible for the determination of the male sex. If the Y chromosome is absent, obviously the fertilized egg will develop into female only, not male, because of the absence of this euchromatin and also the testicle determining factor. So Y chromosome is responsible for the determination of the male sex in the case of human being or in the organisms which develop by this X and XX XY mechanism. So in human being, this Y chromosome playing a major role for the male development. So you understand this very clearly that two regions are there. One is called pseudo autosomal region, which exchange the information with its counterpart homologous chromosomes called X chromosome. Remaining portion of the chromosome is called non-combining regions of Y, or it is called NRY. These non-combining regions is equally divided into euchromatin and heterochromatin, and heterochromatin is a condensed form, and the actual functional portion is the euchromatin, which this region is called a sex determining regions of Y, which produce or which contains the genes for the development of testicle. So the genes are called testicular developing factors. So is a Y chromosomes playing a very important role for the development of maleness. Another one is the Barr bodies. Barr bodies. Actually, this was explained by a scientist, discovered by a scientist called Barr and Bertram in the year 1949 in the nerve cell of female cat. It was absent in the case of nerve cells of male cat. They found only in the case of this nerve cell of female cat, and they call this as a sex chromatin. They call this as a sex chromatin. Here in mammals, including human being, in mammals there are two X chromosomes are present. Two X chromosome. Out of this two X chromosome, one X chromosome is condensed. One X chromosome is condensed and to develop as a Barr bodies. That is become non-functional, or it is also called this a heterochromatin structure. So in the case of human being, the functional X chromosome both in male and female is one in each. So, one X chromosome and one Y chromosome in the case of male, and only one X chromosome is functional in the case of female, the another X chromosome is condensed to become as a heterochromatin. So, this condensed heterochromatin is called Barr bodies, right. And here generally the one X chromosome is lesser than its original number of chromosome in the case of mammalian organisms. For example, the normal female is a XX, that is a 44 chromosome and XX. 44 autosomes and XX 6 chromosomes are there. But in some cases, the 44 and only X chromosome also present. The person develop with some genetical defects. Here in this case, 44 autosomes and one X chromosome person, they don't have any Barr bodies. They do not have any Barr bodies. But here 44 autosome and XXY chromosome males are also developing. These individuals are called they get the symptoms called Klinefelter syndrome. The disease called Klinefelter syndrome. So, here two X chromosome and Y chromosomes are there. As I said earlier, the Y chromosome is responsible for maleness because the testicular determining factors are present. But here one X chromosome is functional, another X chromosome is developing into Barr bodies, become that is heterochromatin structures. So, generally only one X chromosome is in function in the case of both male and female in human being. So, in human being the mechanism is called XX XY type of mechanism, but the only one functional X chromosomes are present both in male and female. The another type of sex determination is called haplodiploidy sex determination. This is seen in the case of hymenopterans insects. The examples of hymenopterans are honeybees, wasp, ant, bumblebees. These honeybees, wasp and ant, these are called social insects. In social insects, the type of sex determination is called a haplodiploidy type of sex determination. Here I want to tell you one interesting thing, that if you take a honeybees, males are developing from unfertilized egg, but females are developing from fertilized egg. Males are developing from unfertilized egg, females are developing from fertilized egg. Here the female organism, particularly in the case of honeybee, only one queen bee is there, only one queen bee. During the process of reproduction, the queen bee gets more number of sperm and store it in the spermatheca. During the process of oogenesis or releasing of egg, ovulation process, more number of eggs released through this oviduct, and the male gamete which is stored here in the spermatheca, right, that is simultaneously released from here, and some eggs, right, which passing through this oviduct fertilized by the male gamete, and some eggs are not fertilized. The eggs which are fertilized and become as a zygote, these are diploid in nature. The unfertilized egg which are not fertilized, these zygote, right, we call this a haploid egg. So, the diploid zygote developing into females the haploid one developing into males. So, this kind of sex determination helps to maintain the sociality in the case of honeybee colony. There are 3 different types of bees are present in the case of honeybee colony or in the beehive. As I said, one is called queen, another one is drones or males, third one is called workers. The queen and worker bees are developing from fertilized egg, but the drones are developing from unfertilized egg. If any organism develops without the act of fertilization, that process called parthenogenesis. The process called parthenogenesis. If any, so in honeybee colony, males or drones are produced by the process of parthenogenesis, but the queen bee and worker bees are developing by the process of normal fertilization. Then how the differences that is developed in the case of queen and workers, because both are developing from fertilized egg, but only the queen bees are fertile, worker bees are infertile or sterile in nature, because when the larvae developing in the beehive, the worker bees fed with a special type of food to some larvae. The food is called, the special type of food is called royal jelly. The one fed with the royal jelly is developing into queen bee, and other larvae are not, fed with the royal jelly or fed with the normal nectar and also honey, they are developing into workers. The main function of the worker is to take care of the queen, clean the beehive, protect the beehive from their enemies, collect the nectar, converting into honey, and they take care of all the fertility nature of the queen bee is because of these worker bees. When the queen bee develops, it produces some hormones. These hormones suppress the fertility nature of the worker bee. Of course, worker bee feed some larvae with the royal jelly that develop into queen. So, in a beehive only one queen bee is there, the only fertile, the queen bee, and the drones after fertilization they die. But worker bees are developing a fertilized egg. These are infertile or sterile in nature. The sterile nature is because of some hormones are produced by the queen bee which suppress the fertility nature of the worker bee. So, all the worker bees are infertile and only queen bees are fertile. The fertility nature is actually maintained by the worker bees. So, this kind of sex determination is called a haplodiploidy type of sex determination. Diploid eggs are developing into females and haploid eggs are developing into drones or males. If any organism develop from the unfertilized egg is called, the process called parthenogenesis process. So, in today's class, so we have discussed, right, is two different important mechanisms. One is called this is a heterogametic male and female, how they produce the gametes, and second one, that is haplodiploidy. Okay, haplodiploidy mechanism, and in the case of heterogametic type of sex determination, discussed about the determination of sex in the case of human being. Also, in human being, the Y chromosome is responsible for the determination of the maleness because of the presence of the 95% of the Y chromosomes contain the genes for testicular formation. So, thank you.